Well, let me say, first of all, I've seen some of the video and other coverage of the reception Ambassador Garcetti has received in India, and we've been quite heartened by it. I will say generally that our partnership with India is one of our most consequential relationships. We work with India closely on our most vital priorities, and we expect Ambassador Garcetti to be able to deepen the relationship between our countries and work on these matters of shared concern. And then I will just say specifically with requests as it pertains to the visa issue, which you pointed out, that our consular teams, we obviously recognize that it's an area of concern, and our consular teams have been making a huge push to process as many visa applications as possible in India, including those in visa categories that are key to the bilateral relationship. It is a top priority for our government, and I know it's a top priority for our embassy and the country.
All is well that ends well. Waiting period for US visas that had crossed 1,000 days in October, it seems, is all set to end. Ahead of PM Modi's first state visit to the US later this month, US is taking additional actions to process visa applications of Indians as a top priority. PM Modi is set to travel to the US for a state visit from June 21st to 24th. He will be hosted by the US President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden at a state dinner at the White House. Until recently, the delay in processing visas had caused some concerns, especially for those applying under B1 and B2 categories. In 2023 alone, the US Embassy in India received 600,000 visa applications. But after US finally decided to send Ambassador Garcetti to India, the pace of visa processing picked up. On June 8th, he tweeted from his handle that US will process 1 million visas in 2023. Soon after, his comment section was filled with queries from concerned applicants. Pointing to the number of students struggling to get the visa, a user said, "Please also consider no-show and other category students struggling to get OFC and visa appointments for fall 2023. According to Ambassador Garcetti, consular teams in Hyderabad, Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai and New Delhi are on track to process the highest number of Indian student visa applications this year. As a group, students were the most worried about visas. Currently, more than 200,000 Indian students are studying in the US, representing more than 20% of international students currently studying in the United States. Approximately 35% of Indian students on F1 status in the United States are completing optional practical training. In 2022, Indians were issued 65% H&L employment visas, the highest, and 17.5% of F1 student visas. In 2022, over 1.2 million Indians visited the United States, making Indians one of the largest groups of international visitors to the country. Ahead of Prime Minister Modi's visit, US is trying to ensure that India's most pressing concerns have already been addressed by the time the Indian PM lands in Washington, D.C. During his visit, Prime Minister Modi will also address the joint meeting of the US Congress for the second time.